The Instant Pot is great for prepping ingredients ahead to use during the week or while camping. Let's experiment and find out how much energy, power, and time it takes to make some common ingredients. Welcome friends, and welcome to Katie's Camp Kitchen. In this video, I will be cooking hard-boiled eggs, potatoes, and yogurt. We'll find out how much time it takes, both cooking and total time, the power needed, and the energy consumption. Be sure to stick around until the end, where I'll show you how to estimate the energy for different sizes of pressure cookers. Now let's jump into it. I am using a 3-quart Instant Pot, which needs 700 watts of power to operate and is the smallest version Instant Pot makes. First, let's cook some hard-boiled eggs. First, I'm going to pour in 1 cup of water. I have the rack in here that came with the Instant Pot. I want to make sure that the water level's below the rack holding up the eggs. Also want to make sure you don't have any eggs with hairline cracks. You can actually just keep stacking these if you wish, but 6 will be enough for us. Now I'm just going to put the lid on the Instant Pot and make sure it's flipped to pressure. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the Instant Pot going. Make sure this is, I'm going to zero out the kilowatt hours over here in the time. I'm going to hit pressure cook. We're on more, and I'm going to leave it at 0 and high pressure. I'll count up for 20 after the elapsed time. The Instant Pot's now taking 700 watts, and we're counting up on the watt hours. I like to leave the keep warm on, actually, so that I can watch it count up, because if you turn it off, you lose that. So we'll measure how long it takes to come to pressure. The Instant Pot just came to pressure. You'll see there, now we're counting up to 20 minutes. We're at 79 watt hours. Took 8 minutes to come up to pressure. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the Instant Pot. We use 79 watt hours. This time represents the active time that the Instant Pot was actually cooking. And this is the total time it took to do this whole process. You could set an alarm for 28 minutes, come back, and this would be completely done. So let's get the eggs out of the Instant Pot. So I have a bowl of cold water here. I'm going to be cutting these eggs in half to make some egg salad and deviled eggs. But if I was going to leave these in the shell, probably go ahead and put some ice in here just to cool them down faster. So let's check this out. Okay, perfectly done inside. No green at all. The yolk is very tender and soft, as well as the egg white. Nothing's rubbery, nothing tastes sulfury. It's fantastic. So in the end, we did 6 boiled eggs and 79 watt hours, and we used 14% of our power station. Here's a summary of the time, energy, and power needed to cook the eggs. Now let's cook some potatoes. The rack that was included with my 3-quart Instant Pot. All the potatoes. move from venting to sealing. As I'm turning on the EcoFlow River 2 Pro, which has an 800 watt inverter. This is all zeroed out. Turn on the pressure cooker. We're already at, I want it to be at 10 minutes, high pressure. We'll wait for the beep. So we're just going to let this come to pressure. As you can see, we're at 700 watts, which is what the 3-quart mini Instant Pot requires. So let's see how long it takes and the watt hours we use. The Instant Pot has just come to pressure. We're at 84 watt hours with 84% of the energy remaining on the Instant Pot. And we're at about 8 minutes. We'll click over just like that. 10 minutes. This will start counting down. And once we get to 0, it will switch over to L with the number of minutes it's counting up. I like to think of L as elapsed. That's how I remember it. So let's see how we do. I am going to go ahead and cut these off, but let's just check everything. 25 minutes of time where there was power coming in, 33 minutes total time. $202. Has gotten very soft. These are Yukon Gold. They don't get quite as soft, but those are definitely done. I'm at around 1,000 feet altitude. If you're at a higher altitude, you need to add 1, 2, 3 minutes to this. See, I can easily break it apart. Okay. Let's check for doneness. Sweet potato is very soft. And the Yukon Gold potato is perfectly cooked. I cut these up in cubes, about 2 by 2. $25 minutes of time where there was power coming in, 33 minutes total time, 106 watt hours. If you're enjoying this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks. Today we're going to make some yogurt from some whole milk, using this Fairlife milk to get a higher protein yogurt. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power station. I'm going to turn on the inverter. And now let's turn on the Instant Pot to the yogurt setting. Now this is yogurt normal for this particular machine. I'm starting with ultra pasteurized milk. I'm going to be doing the cold start method. So we're going to be using this 52-ounce container of Fairlife whole milk that's ultra pasteurized, and I'm going to be using 2 to 3 tablespoons of a fresh yogurt. This is plain yogurt. You don't want anything else in your yogurt except plain or vanilla, and you want to have live cultures. That's extremely important because without the live cultures it won't make yogurt. So let's get started. So I'm going to, just so it mixes up well, I'm going to take 2 to 3 tablespoons of this very fresh yogurt, either from a package or from some yogurt you've saved back. And again, it doesn't have to be exact. I want to mix some of the milk in here before I put it into the Instant Pot, just to make sure it's mixed up well. Just want to break that up. If I were using a frozen yogurt starter, I would have let that yogurt starter thaw out. And at the end of this, after we make this yogurt, I'm actually going to reserve some of this yogurt for my next batch. And every probably 6 or 7 versions, you want to start with a new one. Also try different brands to find the one that you like. Since they are live cultures, they may taste a little bit differently. This is from Stonyfield Yogurt, but the Fayet is very good, as well as some of the others, but do make sure it says live cultures, otherwise it will not work. Okay, I think that's stirred up quite well. One other thing, I'm just going to be using milk and yogurt, but you could also add heavy cream if you wanted to make it lower carb. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the milk in. And the yogurt and milk I mixed together. You can see it was a little bit chunky, but that's fine. I will stir it up just a little bit now that it's in there all together. Put the lid on. Okay, now let's get this started. Reset the clock to start at noon. I do this just so that I have a thing of the time just in case. So this is already logging, so I don't need to restart that. Let me just turn the display on. So I'm gonna hit yogurt. It's on normal. I'll wait for it to switch over. You hear the beep so that it's on. Okay, now you see the wattage going up here, the wattage here, 697 here, almost 700 there. We're off to the races. So I will come back in 8 hours and this yogurt should be done. It's that easy. This is called the cold start method. It was developed by a woman named Frida. She has a YouTube channel called Frida Loves Bread and also a blog. If you're interested in making yogurt of all kinds, where there's this cold start method, starting with raw milk, all the different milks you can use, etc. She has an incredible set of resources for that. So I just wanted to check where we are at 30 minutes. So you can see the power just came back on. We're heating, the Instant Pot's heating the milk and yogurt together. We're up to 53 watt hours. And the temperature is 96.7 so far. Okay, at 2 hours, 106. We're at 83% remaining, 76.19 watt hours at 2 hours. I set this for 8 hours on the yogurt setting. It will say yogurt and then it'll be done. You can let it go longer if you want a tartar yogurt, but this is what I like. A lot of people will go 10 hours, 12 hours, but at that point you may want to, there we go. Okay, let's check the temperature. (101). It needs to be between 100 and 110. Took 8 hours. We're at 64% remaining on the power station. We've used 117 watt hours. So let's check the yogurt and make sure it can pass the all-important spoon test. It stands up, so it made yogurt. Gonna go ahead and remove the yogurt from the Instant Pot. Gonna add a paper towel to catch the condensation, and I just don't want that extra liquid to fall back down. So we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for 4 to 6 hours. You can start tasting it at 4 and see if you like the tanginess or not, and you can let it go to up to 6 hours. And then of course, as you make this more times, just adjust the timing, the amount of yogurt you add, etc. After it's been refrigerated, you can add whatever sweeteners you would like or other flavorings and make it special for you. Here's a different time where I cooked the yogurt using grid power, and it used 111 watt hours to cook. Here's the summary data for the yogurt. Now let's compare the data for all 3 ingredients we cooked. All the data has been consolidated on this chart, so you have all the information in one place. It's amazing how little energy these different items take to prepare when using an Instant Pot. The same would apply with any pressure cooker. They use a lot less energy because of how they work. Now for some perspective of the amount of energy used here. Before LED light bulbs, which have become popular in the last few years, a 100 watt light bulb was used to light a room. If left on for an hour, that light bulb needs 100 watt hours to power it for that hour. 100 watts times 1 hour equals 100 watt hours. For roughly that same 100 watt hours, we can cook eggs, potatoes, and make yogurt. Just think about that. We can cook these ingredients for roughly the same amount of energy that a 100 watt incandescent light bulb uses for an hour. This is fantastic. This shows how very energy efficient the electric pressure cooker is. To cook all 3 items, I used a 3/4 Instant Pot. But what if you have a bigger one? A 6/4 or an 8/4? Let's figure out how to estimate how much energy you might use to cook these ingredients if you have a larger multi-cooker. If you want to cook larger portions, then the energy basically linearly scales. For example, if you have a 6/4 Instant Pot with an energy use of 1,000 watts, then multiply the energy numbers by the ratio of the power needs of the larger pot to this 700 watt device. Here's a table with different power requirements and approximate energy that would be used for the larger Instant Pots that require more power. Looking over all the way to the right in the middle, the 182 watts represents the amount of energy it would take to cook potatoes in an 8/4 Instant Pot. The total time and set time would all be the same, but the energy would be more because the pot requires more power to operate. If you're looking for more detailed information on how the Instant Pot works, I did a very deep dive video complete with graphs and timing. I'll link it in the first pinned comment of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing and leave a comment. Let me know what you like to cook in your Instant Pot or any questions you may have. I try and respond to every comment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around the campfire very soon. Bye for now.